right, guys, this week we've got a few updates to go over in this week's weekly breakdown. Not only that, but at the end I've got a huge update that you guys aren't going to want to miss, so stay tuned. Let's jump right in. So the first update that we're looking at is we now have custom font support in funnels and websites. So before, you were limited to only the fonts that you could select inside of the page builder. So this would be, if we come on down here, these are your fonts. Let's say we want to go custom font. Then it's going to have us pick from in here. Well, now you can see this upload fonts option. So if the font that you're looking for is not in there, you now can upload a TTF file. It'll go to your media storage, and you guys have the ability to put whatever font that you want to in here without any sort of custom CSS or anything. So really cool update. We're excited about that. The next update that we have is also in the page builder. This is an updated element, a new element that's available in the page builder, which is a testimonial widget. So whereas before you could pull in your testimonial widgets from your account, and I think typically you'd have to do this with custom CSS, custom code. You now have a completely custom testimonial widget where you can come in here, you can add, you can manually add. You don't have to just pull through whatever's on your Google profile. You can go in here and you can manually add profile pictures. You can manually copy and paste the text in here. It looks like you can have an extended section that has them. If they click read more, it opens up a little pop-up. You got a couple different styles that you can choose from in here. So this one's like a carousel style, which is pretty cool. A vertical masonry style, which I'm not sure how completely different that is. But then you have quite a few different options as far as how to style this. So go in there, play around with it. New testimonial widget. I expect this is going to be a big improvement for some of you guys putting testimonials on your website. All right, next up, a couple AI improvements for specifically inside of workflows. So first off, if you hadn't heard the news already, GPT-5 is out. Whether or not you think that's an improvement or a step back is a different conversation. But what we do know is that we now have the ability to choose GPT-5 Mini, GPT-5 Nano, and GPT-5 from inside of a workflow. So I want to take a minute to just demonstrate what this feature is exactly. So basically, if you come in here and you search for GPT, you can make a custom call to ChatGPT and save the response that comes back. So you can use this to write custom follow-up messages. You can use this to summarize conversations. You can use this to do market research. You can do all sorts of things with this. It's pretty cool. We've used it before as a sentiment tracker for one of our clients. So one of our clients wanted to get notified if somebody was pissed off in a message coming in. And so every message that came in, we would send a GPT and say, hey, if this is, let us know if this customer is pissed off, basically. And if they were, then we would route the message directly to that client. That client loved it. It worked really well. So yeah, definitely this has been around for a minute. This piece isn't new. The piece that's new is being able to use the GPT-5 model. So definitely check this out. Let us know if you have a use case for this that I didn't mention, or if you have any questions on this, or you just want to brag about how cool your shit is. Would love to hear about it. That is the GPT-5 update to the ChatGPT action inside of workflows. The next AI tool that we're going to go over inside of workflows is the Workflow AI Decision Maker. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know that this existed. Apparently the update this week is an upgrade to this functionality. It's an improvement in this functionality. I didn't even know the original thing existed. I think this is cool. I'm having a hard time thinking of too many different ways to use it in the beginning, especially outside of internet leads, but I'm sure somebody's going to come up with something cool. I want to share it here so that I can get your guys' creative juices flowing. And basically what you do is you come in here and you give it instructions. It's essentially like an if-else builder, okay? But you tell the AI to use you're basically using AI to determine which path they go down. So rather than a specific defined path, for example, in this one, they say route leads based on engagement score and company size. High scores or large companies go to sales, medium scores go to nurturing, low scores get re-engagement campaigns. Now, to me, this is something that could be done without AI. So this isn't a great example. A good example of this would be, setting up some sort of logic for a follow-up campaign to recruits that you're following up with, where you feed it the redder data, and then you tell it between how long they've been in the industry and how many deals they've closed in the last 12 months. Craft the perfect follow-up message, or craft the perfect decide whether or not I want to follow up with this person. Like, here's my criteria. If they're new, that's fine, but they have to have XYZ past employment experience, like whatever it is, right? There's, again, I'm kind of striking out a little bit as far as coming up with a cool application use case for you. We will work on this. This is something that I imagine our clients will be into, and we'll have some use cases for you. I'll share them when we get them, but until then, this is the workflow AI decision maker. There's been some improvements behind that. That's the update this week on that. Okay. Next up, we have the ability to increase your call answer rates by automatically matching your area code with the number that you're dialing. And so basically what this is going to do, now this doesn't spoof phone numbers. So if you don't have a phone number in the area code that you're calling, this isn't going to do anything, or it's going to pick the closest phone number to that area code by proximity. Okay. And so what this is like, if you do have, for example, we have this account in here where we have, a handful of different phone numbers. If I go into phone numbers, here, let me refresh this really quick. All right. So we've got a handful of different phone numbers that are meant to be based on the state that they're in, right? So this is an example of a client that this would be a good fit for. And so what this would do is it would make it so that every time they dialed out, the phone number would match automatically based on based on who they're dialing to the area code that is closest to them. So if it's the same area code, it's going to match. Otherwise, it's going to find the closest in proximity, which is what we would be looking for in a situation like this, where we just have one area code per state. So the way that you enable this, if you want to, is you're going to go into advanced settings. You have to have this enabled in labs, by the way. It looks like they're moving away from giving the labs feature management to the sub account, and instead only having it at the agency level. So this is unfortunate for those of you guys that aren't working with Empower, where maybe you don't have somebody that's updating these as often as we do. But if you do own your own agency, you just have to make sure that you go into the labs and agency settings and manage it there. Okay. So these are our different phone numbers that we have, right? If we go to advanced settings and then we go to voice calls and outbound call, this is where we're going to have the option to select that local presence dialing. So definitely check this out if you have multiple phone numbers that you're dialing from. If you're making outbound calls and you want to make sure that those area codes are matching up as closely as possible, that feature is inside your advanced settings in your phone number management. All right, next up, an update to the ad manager inside of HighLevel. So we're getting closer and closer to being able to do everything you can in the Facebook ad manager inside your ads manager account in HighLevel, which is really cool. The new thing is that you now can have multiple ad sets and ads for a meta ads campaign. This was a deal breaker for us. We couldn't use the ad manager tool as long as they were only limiting to one ad set and ad per campaign. But now you can create up to 10 ad sets within a single meta ads campaign, and gives us the ability to add 10 ads per ad set. So lots of expanded functionality here. Definitely something we're getting closer to the point of being able to use this tool. And as soon as we feel like it has everything that we need, we'll jump in and we'll give you even more feedback. But for now, if you're managing Facebook ads, I think it just got easier with this Meta Ad Manager update. Check it out. All right, last update for the day, and this is a big one, guys. The HL4 Community is live. We did a webinar launching this last week. Really excited about this. I'm going to put the link to register in the YouTube in the description. I'm probably going to go back and update all of our previous videos as well. When I send this out via Loom, I'll make sure there's a link to join the community there as well. This group has been awesome so far. Tons of engagement already. We've got a couple people that are already close to earning their first rewards. We've got a reward system. You can earn one-on-one time with me. You can also earn swag. You can also earn can't remember what the other thing that we have in here is, but some cool stuff in here. Courses, lots of course content. We've got a pro membership available. I'm not sure why that's not showing up. We've got a pro membership available as well, which allows you to access our snapshot library. You can see the different snapshots that we have available for you, including documentation on how to use the snapshots. Lots of different stuff in here. Definitely worth checking out. The community itself is free though, so no excuse not to at least jump in, check it out, see what all the hype is about, and we're happy to get you pointed in the right direction if you have any questions. But between the pro member section and even just the free community, you guys don't want to miss out on what's available inside of HL4. So check that out, guys. That's it for this week's weekly breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's weekly breakdown. But until then, we'll see you at the top.